Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead and another What We Eat for Dinner in a Week. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, and I'm kind of anxious to get back at these. I enjoy these videos. Let's see here. How did I start that out again? In these videos, I try to show you how I combine inexpensive Aldi groceries with food that we are blessed with from the food pantry to make hopefully well-balanced, well-rounded meals. As a family, we generally eat low carb because my husband and I do for health reasons. But you'll see variations to that because my kids aren't like crazy low carb, but I'll kind of explain as we go. My husband is a semi-truck driver who is gone 5 days a week. Generally, he eats 1 to 2 dinners with us through the week. Sometimes it's more than that. Sometimes it's less than that. Just kind of depends on where his schedule takes him all across this area of our country. Anywho, tonight is Monday night and it's a cold one. We got snow. It is fairly early for our area. We live in the Midwest. It's not unheard of, but it's fairly rare for us to get snow this early in the year. Usually it doesn't happen until after Thanksgiving, but we got, I don't know, maybe an inch or so, and it's going to be gone. It's supposed to be in the 50s by Wednesday, so it'll be gone soon. But tonight I wanted something nice and warm and cozy for dinner. So this is a longtime family favorite. I'm pretty sure this is like a Midwest, Kentucky, Tennessee area type food. We call this sausage, green bean, potato stuff. Very fancy name. So what I did is this time I used yellow potatoes because that's what I had on hand from the food pantry. I just diced those up into about bite-sized pieces and put those in the bottom of this pan. And then I poured the liquid. Why is that not focusing? I poured the liquid off of a quart of home canned green beans. You could also do 2 cans of just store-bought green beans. Poured the liquid off and put that over the potatoes, and it just covers the potatoes. And then I dice up some smoked sausage. This is kind of up to you, your taste on how much meat you want in it. And I put that on, and then I turn it on to bring up to a boil. Boil that until the potatoes are almost done, and then I just dump the quart of green beans on top and let them kind of steam heat while the potatoes finish cooking. And then I just stir it all together. I usually serve it with a slotted spoon so that most of the liquid drains off. I actually like the liquid in mine. Some of my kids don't mind it either because it's kind of flavored like the sausage. I don't generally add salt to this because the smoked sausage and the canned green beans add enough salt to it that it doesn't really need it. Generally, growing up, we would serve this with buttered bread and cottage cheese and applesauce. Tonight I am going full-blown lazy. It's just kind of been one of those days where I've gotten all kinds of little tasks done, but I'm ready to just chill for the evening. And I am not going to serve it with anything. The other thing that's good with it is like cornbread or cornbread muffins, but tonight we're just going lazy and going with this. So that is Monday night's dinner. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Tuesday night, and I almost forgot to film because this has not been a habit for a while. So tonight, the kids are having nachos. So it is just tortilla chips with a mixture of ground beef and ground turkey, and then some taco seasoning. And then from there, the kids kind of pick and choose what they want for toppings. We offer cheese, salsa con queso, sour cream, avocado, diced tomatoes. So this is my oldest, and she likes the salsa con queso, as you can tell. So that is her plate. For me, for dinner, I have already dipped mine out. I pulled out some of the meat before I added the seasoning into it. Taco meat is still one of those, like the seasoning that kind of doesn't sit right with my tummy. So I boiled 1 potato in some chicken broth. And then I added the meat and some sour cream. And then to my bowl, I added, some cheddar cheese. So I'm kind of making like a cheeseburger soup. And then to my bowl, I added some crushed up tortilla chips to give it some texture. And avocado to get some more fat in there. So And then I just split that in half. I would say there was probably a cup of ground meat and one medium to large potato. And I'll just split that and have the rest probably tomorrow for lunch. So, all right, that is Tuesday. I swear I'm going to put like a Post-it note on my wall to tell me to film tomorrow so I don't forget. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Hey, look at me. I remember to film dinner mostly because I literally did actually put a Post-it note on my stove that says film. Mom brain. Okay, so tonight we are having what we call big salads, and it's just salad with whatever toppings we have on hand to throw on it. So obviously lettuce. This is romaine from Aldi. This is the frozen bagged chicken thighs from Aldi that I just diced up and just cooked them in a pan. For me, lettuce is hit and miss. I can generally do it without it causing my stomach to hurt or anything like that. But I'm just kind of not in the mood for salad. So I have like 2 chicken thighs in the air fryer that I'm going to do for dinner. And I will do probably dipping those in some honey mustard and calling it good. I'm not super hungry. I had a giant breakfast at like 11 o'clock this afternoon or this morning. So, yeah. All right. So then toppings wise, we have homemade honey mustard. I will put the recipe for this in the show notes. It is super easy and delicious. And you probably have the ingredients on hand to make it right now and is way cheaper than buying bottled. French fried onions is what we use in place of like croutons. My kids all really like these instead of using croutons or like crackers or something like that. We've got some bacon bits. Normally I have raisins for this and I am out of raisins. So we still have some of the dried cranberries. If you've been a long time viewer, we got those boxes and boxes of dried cranberries. Cranberries. Yeah. Cherries. Dried tart cherries, from the mobile food pantry like a year and a half ago. We still have several bags left. I have pawned them off on people. I have put them in trail mix. I have put them in various things. I've made muffins with them. I have baked things to take to people, and we still have some left. So we're working on it. They're almost gone. But so I just chopped some of those up so they'd be a little smaller because they are about 3 times the size of a raisin. So, and then we have shredded cheese. Normally I would do hard-boiled eggs, but the last 2 days have gotten a whopping 3 eggs in total. So yeah, it's one of those where they are just rolling slow because we got hit with cold temperatures, a hawk, circling overhead a whole lot and attacked one chicken and killed it, unfortunately. And the daylight hours decreasing all at once. And we moved them off of their summer pasture and onto the garden. So they always slow down this time of year, but man, it hit them hard this year. So we are kind of on the struggle bus on, I think I have like 5 eggs right now. So yeah, that's okay though. It'll still be delicious. So, all right, that is Wednesday night's dinner. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Thursday night, and tonight we're going kind of simple. And I didn't say this before. This week I had a 5-pound, an almost 5-pound, like container of ground beef that I needed to use. So I did it and thawed out either 4 or 5 pounds of ground turkey. So I'm getting it used up. So we had the nachos with it. Let me think here. We had the nachos. What did we have on Monday? I don't even remember. I'm doing these with it. And then I made like 3 pounds into meatloafs and like loaves and froze those raw so that some like Saturday I can thaw those out and cook those. And then we'll have one more meal this week with this ground beef and ground turkey mixture. So that was my goal, was to get all of it used up since I had to thaw it. You're not technically supposed to refreeze meat like I did with the meatloaves, but you know, sue me. My kids are eating it, not yours. So if you don't like it, don't do it. Anywho, tonight we did what we call fat burgers. And these I did bacon cheeseburger fat burgers. So I did a pound of ground beef and a pound of ground turkey, and I mixed in about a cup of shredded cheese, cheddar cheese, some bacon bits, an egg, and I just mixed all of that together and made them into, we just call them fat burgers. They're not meatballs, they're not meatloaves, they're not burgers. And we just eat them on the plate like this. The kids will usually put like barbecue sauce or ketchup or something on their plate to dip them in. So, and I just baked them on this 350 for, I don't know, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. While the rest of, well, like I hung out and did dishes and whatnot. So there's that. With it, we're going super simple, and we have fries from Aldi and homemade dill pickles. So, yeah, it's just a quick and easy meal. The little kids and I were raking leaves all afternoon. So my back hurts and I'm tired and I needed something easy. So this worked out. So that is Thursday night. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, it is Friday night, and Friday night at our house means pizza night. Sometimes that is store-bought, sometimes it's homemade. It is almost never takeout. I think it's been probably 2 to 3 years since we had takeout pizza because we live too far out in the country for it to be delivered. So by the time we would order it, go get it, bring it back, and the cost, I can make a whole lot of frozen pizzas or from scratch pizzas in that time. So we just don't do it. So yeah. That's it. Yeah. So tonight is completely homemade pizza, all the way down to the crust. We have the back two are already cut because they were the first ones out of the oven, and the front two haven't been cut because they're fresh out of the oven. I just took them out. So there's a cheese pizza, a meats pizza, a Hawaiian, and a pepperoni. And then we have fruit salad to go with it. Oh, look, pretty Christmas lights. Are you a Christmas before Thanksgiving or are you a Christmas after Thanksgiving? My husband is staunchly a Christmas after Thanksgiving, and we generally are, but the weather has been nice the last couple of days. So my 13-year-old is in charge of Christmas lights on the house. So he put up Christmas lights on the house that my brother always does a huge Christmas light display, and gave my son Christmas lights for Christmas last year that were ones that he wasn't using. And so my son put them up, and he decided he was going to go ahead and light them because my husband's not home, so he's not going to get in trouble. Shh, don't tell my husband. So are you a Christmas starts on November 1st, or are you a Christmas doesn't start until after Thanksgiving household? Generally, we're the second because my husband, but my kids hum Christmas songs all year round, so, you know. Anywho, for me, I have chicken wings in the air fryer. It is a treat for Mom. I don't do a whole lot of them, but it is kind of my end of the week Mom enjoyment of having a few chicken wings, and I may have some fruit salad, or a lot of times I'll do something like a small salad with it or some veggies or something like that. So all right, that is Friday night's dinner. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, it is Saturday night, and Saturday night, let's slow down. I always make a big meal, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. So tonight is a request from my husband. So whenever I make a meal plan for like 3 weeks at a time, I always poll the audience, is what I ask, is what I joke. I ask my kids and my husband if there's anything specific that they want me to make over the next few weeks, which is why we end up eating a lot of the same things over and over and over again, because my kids have favorites that they request and will eat over and over and over again. So this is one that my husband's like, you know what sounds really good right now? Swedish meatballs. And I was like, okay. And it has been a long time since I've made it, so I was willing to do that. They're just really hard to make, which is why I don't make them very often. So this is the last meal using that big container of ground beef that we had, mixing it with ground turkey to make it go a little further. So this is just shy of 2 pounds of ground beef and a pound of ground turkey made into my mama's Swedish meatball recipe. I think it's pretty standard. The secret ingredient to Swedish meatballs that you don't realize is in there is nutmeg and allspice. So that's what gives it that unique flavor. So if you find a recipe that doesn't have one of those, go look for another recipe. So that's what that is. And then we did a nice big pan of mashed potatoes, green beans, and yes, that's bacon grease melting on the top, and that's a quart of our home canned green beans, and then a loaf of fresh baked bread, so it's nice and warm still. So a very nice late fall dinner. So the reason that I say I make a big meal on Saturday is because this is the end of my cook week. On Sundays, when we get home from church, I pull out whatever leftovers we have, and the kids get to pick and choose whatever they want. So if they want some Swedish meatballs and a hot dog and some mashed potatoes, fine. Whatever. It's filling tummies and getting leftovers used so that we don't have any food wasted at the end of the week. And then Sunday for dinner, which is why I won't film tomorrow, I take the day off. I guess I should have stated that. I don't cook on Sundays. I don't clean. I don't do dishes. I don't do laundry. It is our day to focus on worshiping God with our church family and spending time together as a family. So on Sundays, we do what we call snacky dinner, which is, think of charcuterie board things, cured meats, dried fruits, goat cheese, graham crackers with peanut butter. There's usually some kind of sweet treat, crackers, hard-boiled eggs if I have them, those kind of things. Anything snacky-wise that you would normally see on a charcuterie board is what we pull out that night. And I just pull out all of the containers, put them on the counter, and let the kids pick and choose whatever they want again. So it makes for a nice, relaxing day. Like Saturdays, I always clean the house, do all the laundry, like catch up on everything that's kind of gotten forgotten through the week. And then that gives me Sunday to really rest and just hang out with my family. So that's the big meal, and why we do that is to make sure that we have leftovers. I mean, we always have leftovers of other meals, but this one is usually like everybody wants leftovers of this meal. So all right, that is everything. I will post any relevant recipes in the show notes. If you have any question about anything that I've made, please let me know. I am a very don't cook with recipes a whole lot. I just wing it, and I tend to make the same things over and over again, like I said. So, but if there's something you want me to type out or explain how I do, feel free to ask, because I will gladly help out. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.